Now, let's not mess about here. There are no jobs, so we might as well break the rules. And if you don't believe me, do any of you recognise this? One guy came to me 4 years ago and said, John, I've written 200 letters, I've only had 11 replies, and I've only had one interview. And he was the one that made me think there has to be a better way. And this is what I came up with, having talked to him about what he could offer. So first of all, I want to think about how do they sort through these shed loads of CVs coming in? Negative evaluation theory. They just go through, say no, 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 possibly, no, no, no. They're just looking for reasons to say no. Probably more importantly is who sorts through, because if there's 1,000 applications and CVs come in, then obviously it's a very important person in the organisation with fantastic acumen who's going to be employed to go through those, isn't it? Or possibly not. So never ever join a queue. Yeah? We have to break the rules. And I want you to think for a moment, if you were talking directly to the MD of this company that you want to work for and that you could do a really great job for, what would you say? What could you offer them? What opportunities could you liberate? What problems could you fix? And then all I've got to do is to say, could I give you a mechanism for getting you through the door? Yes, I can. You've got to do this. Old joke, isn't there, about walk a mile in your customer's shoes. A, you've got a new pair of shoes, and B, your customers are a mile away. But this is what the MD could well be thinking about. I know, I've been there, lots. As a company doctor, the boss whisperer, I spend a lot of time with chief executives. They are lonely. So you need to say, right, in the sector that I'm going after, the area that I'm going after, what are their MD's big problems? And then I want you to put them in the language that they would use, like I've done on the left-hand side here. And then I want you to prioritise them. It's not an extensive list. It might only be 8 or 9 things, 3 or 4, 2, 1. It doesn't matter. Right, that's what you need to do. And now you're ready to throw my little tactical nuclear device through his door. I want you to ruthlessly put yourself in their shoes. Because this is what they could be thinking. And here we go with a tactical nuclear weapon. Now, you need to know that I'm a Mancunian. So English is my second language. So I'm sure you can write this in much better language than what I've used. But these words have been tested probably 8 or 9 times now for friends, and it works. No messing about, straight in. And then these are the problems. Now, you wouldn't be daft enough to quote the problems if you didn't have solutions. So you don't have to say that. You just say, does this ring a bell? Can you see the style there? Write a sentence or 2 sentences and then pull out and put in bold the 3 or 4 important things. And then just put A, B, C and D down the side so that if you're having a conversation on the phone, you can reference them. Okay? You've got my attention. And let's finish it off. A pre-signed confidentiality agreement. That's not just to make it look different from the crowd. That's because you will need that if you're going to have a proper conversation with them. And the 60-second briefing is absolutely not a CV. It's how you fix their problems. Yeah? And here's the deal. You know you've said enough to justify 35 minutes of their time. Go straight for the PA and name them. And then the last remaining worry is, oh, what's he want? What they want? What's she want? What's she going to cost me? Right? Just bang that in. It has to be worth 30 minutes of their time. And the finishing touches, I always speak to the PA. My joke is that if the PA and their boss change roles, the companies will be better run. Most chief executives agree with me. In private. So you phone them up and say, I'm going to send this. You decide whether it's right to put under their nose. And probably more importantly, make sure they're in a good mood when you do it. and I'll follow you up. What sequence do you make your points in? Very important. Never more than 4 points. 3 is better. It's 90%, 70% and 80%. Start with your best, finish on your second best. If you've got a 60% one, miss it out. When in doubt, leave it out. What's not in your 60-second briefing is a CV. And then when I was 24, I did this. No, it's Bosch, achievement, happy quote against it, achievement, happy quote against it. If you do need more help, hey, this is me. If you're absolutely broke, I'll do it for free as long as I can carry on with the time. If you can afford a bit of a contribution, then I won't charge you more than my main dealer charges me per hour for fixing my Jag. JFDI, as you know, stands for Just Do It. But beware of the lovely Financial Times' Lucy Kellaway's alternative, which is JCBA, which is I just can't be asked. Right? Do this. Just do it. Because the alternative, well, let's keep writing on dead trees, and then you can come to me again when you've now done 300 letters and had 12 responses.